we are going to start, Wally, you're going to love this. We're going to start, we'll stretch the legs out, and we're going to start with our feet. So pointing toes and flexing, pointing and flexing, and pointing and flexing. As far as theme today in class, I would like this to be like really deep stretching. There's all kinds of poses, but I want us to really feel like after the class that there's not a place inside of you that's tight. So start with one leg. If it's helpful to place your foot on a block, I always like to do that. I just want you to knead your foot. And so what I do is I bring my thumbs and the whole thumb area and base of the palm to the foot. I squeeze and I press, okay? Now, during these pandemic times, a lot of people have gotten really good at making bread. I see photos. And I've gotten really good at making focaccia. So I could send you that recipe too, Meredith. So anyways, you're kneading your foot like it's dough, okay? Kind of funny. And you really want to press, and then press your thumbs along the center line of your foot. It's your foundation, okay? Now take hold of your big toe and your little toe and spread, and then take hold of the next two toes and spread, and then take that little toe and pull it upward. Good. And we'll do other side. So you have your other foot, either it's on a block or not, and you're going to knead like you're making bread dough. Okay. Yep. And I don't know that there are rules, but I just kind of feel like I'm taking the foot and stretching it out. And sometimes it helps to just have your thumbs press along center line. If you have tennis balls at home, it's great to roll. I don't know that everybody has tennis balls, so I'm not working those, but really wonderful to roll over. Your foot rolls over the ball. Okay, so then from here, take hold of the little toe and the big toe and just spread them wide. And then go 2 toes over to the inside and then spread and take that middle toe and pull it. Yep. And then release. Okay. So we're going to just stretch the legs out for a moment. Bring your hands behind you. Roll the shoulders back. I'm going to turn around. And basically you're going to walk your hands back. Walk your hands back. Elbows want to splay. Squeeze elbows in to center line, like you're squeezing the elbows in together. And as you're here, walk your hands a little further back, lift your heart, look up. So it's supposed to be a stretch across the pectorals, okay? But your arms also feel like they're working. And then come out and roll out the wrists. And then fingertips pointing back and walk your hands back, little fingers touching. Good. Rolling shoulders back. Breathe in. Exhale, chin down, and look up. And roll out your wrists, okay? And then just a simple twist, turn to one direction, lengthen the spine. So if you look at your feet, if you went to the right, your right leg probably shifted back. That's okay. And across the other way, twist and breathe. Exhale. Good. And tabletop, fingertips are behind you, fingertips pointing towards you, and press your feet into the mat and lift up. Really tighten across the back of your body and open the front of your body. Breathe in. Exhale. And release. Soles of the feet are together. And now lower. Bring your head towards your feet, stretching your back and your inner thighs. Breath in. Exhale. inner quiet, breathing in. Exhale. Great. And then from here, so we will be coming onto our backs at some point, but I'm going to have us up, so it all begins from child's pose, shift back, and take a moment to lower your head. Hands are stretched forward. Your back is long. Breathe in. Exhale. And then from here, rounding, cat pose. Inhale, look up, cow. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. So there's a little more with the feet. We'll just see. Not everybody has success with this, and I'll tell you why. Just some feet don't. Like if people have had foot surgery, sometimes this doesn't work so well. I'm curling toes under. I'm trying to really get my foot down. I want to sit on my heels. So if you don't like knee compression, sometimes we just press back onto a block that can do the job. Or you press down, if your knees are okay with this, sitting on your feet is another deep stretch. And interlace fingers, press palms forward and upward, and breathe. Inhale, exhale. And my mantra is, yes, this is good for me. This is good for us. I know it is. Come out, and now you have your right foot over the left instep, and you come down. So again, it's a little harder to find, to modify on this one, but you could come down and just support with your hands, or you sit and you put a lot of pressure on that lower foot's instep. And once again, extend the arms, breathe in, exhale, come forward and reverse, and pressing down, and swing the arms out to the sides all the way up. Interlace fingers, press palms up, inhale. Exhale. Those are really good for the feet. And then we're going to kind of walk towards the front end of your mat and press the ball of the right foot down. So you're pressing down and you're pushing back with your heel. So you get into your calf muscles. Good. Breathing in. Mm-hmm. Exhale. And my goal is not to have my heel touch the floor, but rather to it's reaching straight back. And you're trying to stretch your foot. The other side. Go ahead and press. This is left now, and press down. And I know some may not feel much going on. And for me, I feel it in my calf muscle, Achilles tendon, but that tends to be very tight for me. And I feel this in my foot. Okay. From here, let's come back to downward facing dog. So pressing back and shake out your head and pedal. Bend one knee, press opposite heel down. So think, oh, I'm still working my feet in addition to calves and hamstrings. So back and forth. Work through the tiny bones of your feet. Maybe get your feet to make sounds. Okay, we're going to go wide with the feet and walk your hands back. Once you walk back towards your feet, all your weight is off your hands. You can shake out your hands, take your hands to your elbows, and feel the weight of your head, the weight of your spine. Breath in. Exhale. And breath in. And exhale. And then soften the knees, come on up. And once you come up, take the arms out to the sides, all the way up, palms touching, and hands to heart center. So sorry. I'll adjust my camera. Yeah, okay, there we go. And make sure you can see me. All right, so from here, let's go ahead and work a little more with our feet. So the feet are together, and you lift and you lower. You lift and you lower. Lift. I'm trying to keep my heels together. And go back and forth a few more times, just working your feet. If you need to hang on to something, you hang on to something. Good. And then just taking your right knee out to the side and over, getting a lot of hip movement. Again, you might find you have to hang on to something. Up, over here, up, over. One more in this direction, and then reverse. And then the other. Knee up, knee out to the side and down, up, out to the side and down, and again, up, out to the side, down. Let's reverse it. Up, forward, up, back, forward, and up, back, forward. Good. So that helps us a little with the hip joints. And then your feet are wide as the mat, and you're going to drop down. So you could be on your elbows, or hands are down, and arms could come out to the sides, dropping down. Arms could come forward alongside the ears, and then push heels right into the mat. Reach the arms up, lengthen, arch back, and do that again, just like that. So dropping down, extend the arms out to the sides, try to flatten your back, and take your arms forward alongside the ears. This should be really safe on the knees. And press on up and extend. Deep breath in. Again, we're going to drop down. Now on this one, you could repeat what you just did, or maybe you drop all the way down into a squat. See what is possible. What do your knees and hip joints tolerate? Deep breath in. Exhale. Once again, breath in and exhale. Use your hands. Come to a forward fold. You push your knees straighten. You'll bring your feet closer in, about hip distance apart, and take your hands to your elbows. Let yourself hang. Knees can be soft. Eyes are open. Let your arms have weight. Your spine has weight. Breath in. Exhale. One more breath in. Exhale. And then we release and come on up. So we're going to work the wrists just a little bit. So I'll just come closer into the camera. This will all be done from standing, but I'll come over. So you take your arms wide, your right wrist over the other, and then you turn your hands so you know you got it when you can clap your hands, and then you interlace your fingers. Knuckles down, knuckles towards you, knuckles upward. And this is where some people say, no more. And some can come forward. So when I come forward, I can separate the arms and then kind of shift them around so I actually can straighten. And then what you're going to do, keep your interlaced fingers. You're going to go out and in and out and in. If you feel like you're really tight in the wrists, this is really good. And any of the golfers amongst you and racket sports and artists. Okay, that's just about everybody. All right, so reach out to the side and then your left arm over the other and turn so the palms can clap, interlace fingers, and bend so knuckles are down towards you, up, and maybe extending. Yeah. Deep breath in, shoulders are down, and then try back and forth. Open and up. Open and up. One more. Open and up. So that's a really nice one to do when your wrists are tired or just feeling a little maybe even weak. All righty. So we're going to go wide here with our mat, really wide. And then turn, so I'm going towards my left. You might need blocks on this, I don't know, but one thing you could do is elbow to knee. I'll just show it side by, step by step. And so I'm not really coming to a lunge. I'm just, I'm still facing forward and I'm trying to touch down. That's where a block might come in handy, especially if you're really tight, okay? But some of you are like, oh no, I could drop both hands. So I have foot, hand, hand, and I'm kind of facing this corner of my mat. Inner thigh stretch. And let's come up to the other side. So take your block with you if you need it. Shift, so your right foot is leading the way. We always start out step by step, and then you get the green light to go further. So left hand is on a block or on the mat. And who knows, maybe both hands drop down. So you have foot, hand, hand, and you're stretching the inner thigh. Yep. Breathe in. Exhale. So you should feel this on your inner thigh. If not, we'll take your pulse, okay? Your inner thigh, your inner hip joint, inner groin. Okay, come on up and release. Second side. So it could be a repeat, right? So there's one way, another way, or if your knee supports this, you go over. My heel came up. Some can do this with their heel down. In fact, a lot of people can do that with their heel down. I can't. So I just bring my heel up. And like my Achilles tendon is, I'm not even gonna say it's tight. It's just the way I am genetically, it doesn't move. Everything else has to compensate for it. So straight leg, ankle flexed. Well, you never know. Maybe you can find your balance. But your knee has to support that, right? So press your hand, let your hands help you. Come over to the other side. So, it's like you went from A to Z. This would be A, B, C, D, E, E, F, G, H, I, J, and you go all the way. And then your heel maybe came up, only if your knee can tolerate this, okay? Flex your ankle, maybe your hands never leave the mat. And again, maybe you can balance, you never know. Breathe in. You only have two knees, so you want to be gentle with your knees. Come up, use your hands to help you press up. Come to a forward fold and walk your hands forward. Lower your head, stretching the arms forward, tailbone moving back. Breathe in. Exhale. Walk your hands over to the right. Walk over to the right. Elongate your back. And then reach your head towards your knee. Yep, we're going for deep stretches. Breathe in. Exhale. And don't be forceful with your body. Work with your body. Work in tandem. Just we step by step, we go deeper and deeper. Elongate the back, come across the other side. Extend. Exhale, lower. Bring your head to your knee. Breathe in. Exhale. And come back to center. Come all the way up. Extend. Reach the arms up. So now we have more of a twist. Okay, so the arms are at a T position. You'll turn. You could turn your right foot out a little as well so you don't torque your knee. Left hand, block or left hand to your right foot. And then your right hand could be on your back as you twist. You might have to bend your right knee or keep your right knee straightened as you look back. So I'm looking at the my Buddha on the wall, my abstract Buddha. Breathe in. Exhale. Lower, swing up, hands reaching up, arms out to the sides, twist. Now, again, shift your foot. So if you want your left foot turning out, that might be nicer. And right hand reaching for a block or left foot and turn. Left hand could be on your low back or looking to the space behind you and breathe. and release. Come on out. Extending. Good. So we're turning then. That's always been like to the corner of the mat. Now we're really going to shift. So I'm facing the side of the mat and I'm coming to a low lunge. So I really have squared my hip to the front of the mat. And here you are extending your back leg. It's absolutely fine to use your blocks on this or no blocks. And here's what we do. You're going to bend your back knee, let it just softly touch down, and then straighten. Woo. You could be on your fists if you want. Bend the knee slowly, just lightly tapping the floor, and then straighten. One more. Bend the knee, tapping down, and straighten. Okay, so we'll just switch it up to second side. So I can just come forward and step the other foot back, and then come to the low lunge again. So as I'm in my low lunge, maybe you have fists down or blocks, and say hello to your left hip flexor, breathing in. Exhale. We're going to bend the knee, just slowly tap down, and then straighten. Whew. Bend the knee. What happens? Your hip lowers. You're going to try to keep your hip down as you straighten. Last one. Bending and straightening. Step forward. Once you step forward, take the arms out to the sides, all the way up. We can face the screen again so you see. You grab hold of your right wrist, side bend, reach up. Exhale over, maybe your left hand comes down to the knee, who knows, past the knee. Maybe you need more support. Your hand is on your pelvis. And breathe. Second side. Reach for your left wrist. You're holding your left wrist, drawing it across. You don't want to necessarily come forward. I think I've said this before. More than forward, I tend to see people like leaning back. So just nice, pure side bend. Breath in. Exhale. And then hand come to pelvis or down. It's like you're trying to go towards your knee, or who knows, past your knee. And release. Forward again. Right foot steps back. And as you're here, just take a moment to be in this pose, like a low lunge. And then your left foot walks to the outer edge of the mat. So now it's foot, hand, hand. And maybe you take your knee down. Maybe you need a little extra padding beneath you. And some can use a block to lean into, or elbows come down, lizard. And take a moment, lower your head, getting right into your inner groin, left inner thigh, right hip flexor. Breathe in. Exhale. Move your head around. Bring your left hand on your left knee and push off so you can turn. You're going to look up. Maybe your left arm will come up in the air and open out. And release. And then from here, walk your foot back in and step forward. And we'll do second side. Left foot steps back. And you're in a low lunge. And then your right foot walks to the outer edge. Foot, hand, hand. And maybe your back knee comes down. And you decide you want to be on your fists, on your hands, on a block, or on your elbows. And breathe. Relax the back of your neck. Breath in. Exhale. And breath in. And exhale. Okay, we're going to take right hand on the knee, on the right knee. You push off. That might be good for you. You can really move your upper body, or your arm can come up. Maybe your arm can swing back, and it's the whole spine that moves. Breathe in. Exhale. And release. And then from here, we'll go ahead and step forward again. So once you step forward, pause in your forward bend. Let's wrap the arms around the back of the legs. Wrapping, folding in. Breathe in. Exhale. Let's come to chair. We've done a lot of stretching up until now. Now, all of a sudden, we're going to, go into chair. So you have to, okay, muscles are ready. So here we go. Dropping down, arms. Oh, do one arm at a time. So one hand down, one arm at a time. And then the other one. Arm down, extend. And since you can do that, you extend both and breathe in. Exhale. Maybe you can come down a little more, a little more, a little more. And push heels into the mat. Lift up, arch back, breathe. And hands are to heart center. So I think at least 3 poses here where you have a strap, you're going to make a loop. So if you have nothing, it's fine. You're going to clasp your hands. If you have a towel, so be it. You're going to hold the towel. Some straps don't loop, so you would just be holding the strap behind your back. If you have a loop, you're going to make the loop about that wide, not quite shoulder height, a little more narrow than shoulders. And I'm going to slip the strap at my wrists, okay? Slipping the strap to the lower arm. All right, so as I'm here, there's a way in which my shoulders could be in a forward position and I'll never be able to externally rotate. So I roll the shoulders back. And then from here, look up. And what I like about this is my hands don't have to grip anything. If you're able to do that, your hands are spread wide. I'm going to come closer and you can see my hands are spread wide and I'm pushing out into the strap. So it's a different way of using your muscles. Good. Look up and then bend the knees, drop down, lower your head, straighten your legs, arms coming up and stretch your legs. Breathe in. Exhale. Soften the knees. Stretch. Look up. Good work. And then from here, we're going to just take the arms upward. So again, you might be, the strap might be in the middle, or I could just bring it to the side. And here's, I'm standing, but you can't see it very well. So they're kind of like at the wrist, right? And I'm just pressing out. Shoulders like to hike up. Draw the shoulders down. Again, notice how the shoulders hike up. Draw the shoulders down and push out into the strap. Breath in. Exhale. That feels really good. And release. So hands are behind you again. Hopefully this is a good stretch for you that you it's like, can you say you like it? I hope so. Right foot is forward because it's the poses and then we add the arms. So yep, it's like warrior 3. You're going to step. So you don't want to come into it with straight leg. You want to bend your standing right knee, come over into it, take over. I have to look down initially, and then I'm going to point the toe, the foot of the leg that's in the air, and arch your back, lift the arms, push out, breathe in. It's called an arabesque. Breathe in, exhale, release. Whew. Step the other leg back. So at first the weight is on the back leg, and then you start to bend the leg on which you're going to stand, and then look down initially. Straighten the leg if you can. Point the foot in the air. Reach the arms up higher. Push out through the strap and arch your back a little more. I'm still looking down the floor, but I'm looking forward of my mat. and then release. Yeah, that's not too easy, but you did it. Okay, so we're going to come to child's pose as a counter pose. Have your strap handy, okay, because we're still going to use it. And reach for your heels, come into this little small place. And remember, today's class is dedicated to quiet. So, yes, I talk through the class, giving instruction, but all of us are cultivating an inner quiet and finding value in this inner space within all of us. Okay, well, let's see what happens when we do camel this way. So, and you might say, oh, I need my blanket under my knees, maybe need a little something under your knees. So we've got the strap in place and you're lifting, you're arching back. So I don't know, maybe you can reach, okay. But my goal here is actually to push out rather than reach down. I'm gonna push outward with my hands and look up and breathe. Now bring your head down and bring your arms up into the air. Breathe in. Exhale. Try to bring your arms as far away from the back as they will go. Okay. And lower. So now we come onto our bellies. I still have one hand has the strap around it. So I'm coming right onto the belly. And what I would like, it makes a difference, I think. You know, some of you are really tall and your mat is only so long. But if you could have your toes touching down on the mat, it's kind of nice because you can push and use the sticky mat. So here I am. And on this one, I want to be careful of my neck. And I'll kind of explain that along. So my forehead is down. I've taken the strap around the wrists. My arms are up in the air. This might be plenty for you, but I'm sure all of you can do the next step. Your feet push down, and you're going to lift your head off the mat, but just look down for a moment. Now, if you feel like your back doesn't come up very much, like if your back's not very strong, looking down is best. You could also look forward of your mat on the floor, like I'm looking past my mat onto the wood floor. Or I could look forward, as long as I'm not craning my neck to do the job. I don't want to strain my neck. So let's look past the right shoulder. Let your arms move to the left. And then look past your left shoulder. Let your arms swing to the right. Come back to center. Lift. Free the strap. You're done. Yes. And then lower your head. And take a moment here. Breathe in. Exhale. So those are very safe on the back. They're very, very safe on the back as far as like arching goes, because it's a lot of strength. So you're going to press up, back, stretch into your spine and release. Take your hand, maybe your right hand to the back of your neck. And just like you're taking yourself by the scruff, and you're just gathering the muscles on either side of the neck and giving a nice, like a loving squeeze. Yep. And then you could, the one hand, maybe both hands can reach for your trapezius muscles right at the shoulders and just knead a little bit. I'm using my index finger and thumb, maybe my middle finger as well. Yeah. Just releasing. Good work. Good work. So let's come onto our backs. And as we come onto our backs, we're going to, it's kind of different because usually we'd start out with this, but this is kind of nice. So windshield wiper a few times so you can shift your knees side, side, shifting side, side. Yeah. Take your arms out to a T position so that will kind of address the neck. Oh, that's it. Okay. So I hope, Dawn, you figured out how to get to instead of being on gallery where you see everybody, you go to that spot and you hit speaker so that you can see, then I'm the speaker so that you can see me more carefully. So knees go side, arms are at a T, and when your knees are to the right, look to your left. This is actually really nice for the neck. Knees go to the left and your head turns to the right. It's so simple and it's very soothing, right? So your knees go right, your head turns left, knees go left, head turns right. Simple, simple, okay? Now, let's come to a twist here, the pretzel. You went from simple, simple to pretzel. So your right knee crosses over the other. And we're just gonna rock a little bit. Rock wider. And then drop your knees to the right. To the left. Sorry, drop your knees to the left. Now, when your knees drop left, your right arm is extended, your head turned to the right. Separate your legs so they no longer, like they were all wrapped, and then separate them so they don't overlap anymore. Right hand may be grabbing hold of left foot. Left hand, right foot. Maybe you need a strap, right? So you have a nice loop if you want to use it. Left hand, right foot, come across. You got the pretzel. Breathe in. Exhale. And again, breath in. Exhale. Let's release and take it the other way. So now it's left leg over the other. You cross, arms are at a T, and you're just going to rock. Eventually, you're going to really rock over to one side and across to the other, just loosening your back. Drop your knees to the right and then separate your legs so they don't overlap. Left hand will reach your right knee. So your right foot. So when you come over, maybe you can adjust so your knee goes more center line of the mat. Right hand can use a strap to grab hold of left foot, or you extend the left leg. Your head turns to the left. Breathe in. Exhale. And breath in. Exhale. Yes, pushing out through your heels. And release and come on out. Good work. So once you come out of this, we're going to take hold of the right foot, half lotus, and left leg extending down to the mat. Stretching the outer hip. So many ways to work this. One is to use a strap, another to hold the foot with your hands. Another is that you thread, your right arm goes to the inside knee, and maybe you wedge your shoulder to the inside knee, you lift your head. And we know some can take the foot behind the head, not Fran, but we know some people who can, or we know a person who can. So you're reaching up, which is just fantastic, right? Breathe in, exhale. Maybe my next life, I'll be there. Lower your head, stretch your leg up in the air. Now, when you're here, do you need a strap? Are you fine just holding behind your knee? Can you reach your foot, or are you really happy with a strap? Many need a strap, okay? That's kind of the way it is. And breathe in. Exhale. Good. And breath in. Exhale. Again, you're going to lift and maybe take your head to knee, wherever you're at. It's a deep stretch. And then let go and reach. Engage your core as you reach upward. Try to get your shoulder blades off the mat. and lower the leg. Good. A whole second side. So it's nice to start out with knees bent. Take hold of your left foot, just step by step, right? And straighten your right leg. And then where do you go? What worked for you on side one? Go ahead and repeat that on side two. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Lower. We're going to straighten the legs. So again, sometimes it's just holding behind the knee or using a strap, or maybe reaching for your foot with your hand, and breathe. Perhaps even lifting your head to knee, and breathe. And then finally, release. Now, as you release, you just lower down slowly. Good work. Soles of the feet are together. So when you have the soles of the feet together, it's very quiet. The following pose is not as quiet, so this is quiet. We'll take it. Breathe in. Exhale. Relax your neck. Breathe in. Follow your breath. Remember that the observer within, following the breathing. All else falls away. Worries, challenges, concerns, burdens fall away as you make your journey inward, where you find quiet and inner calm. And it's one of the best aspects of your wellness, your yoga wellness program. It's like I can access this quiet place anytime. Let's come up into bridge. And when you come up into bridge, it requires some work on your part. You're going to clasp your hands. Some like to have that strap handy. Remember, it would roll, put it around your wrists, or I like to clasp my hands and lift and breathe. Deep breath in, exhale. Lower and counter pose is happy baby. Reach for your feet, stretch your lower back. Hopefully when you reach today, it's an easy reach. It's not a struggle like to reach, but you're like, whoa, okay, what happened? What changed? Well, we've done a few squats later and hip openings later. Today, by the way, is hip opening. Now I tell you. And then release and come up. But there's a lot of heart opening. So we're going to go back and forth, and it's rock and roll time. But yeah, you're like, wait a minute, rock and roll's not quiet. But here's what I'm going to say. I'm taking a blanket, and I will break it down because not everybody does plow. So if you are ready, you're going to just go back. You don't even have to break it down, or maybe you like to. I like to. Even for myself, I like this breaking down. So I could start out in bound angle. I could press back, and I could take my legs up in the air. And if I'm not going into plow, I could lift and use my core, and then come up and extend. If I want to go work differently, I can come back and lift, come into plow, reaching back, moving things out of the way, come up, soles of the feet together, extend your back. Maybe we can add a little more to this. So some are going to that core strengthening, some are going back to plow. That's a full stretch to your back. And then you come up and you come to reverse plank. Press up, extend. It's almost like the exact opposite of plow. And release and press back. Plow. One more. Okay, come back. Don't look at the screen. Align so you're looking at your legs. Come out. And if this doesn't work for you, you can always do bridge or tabletop. And if you can, press up into reverse plank. Breathe in. Exhale. And lower. Half spinal twist. Right leg over the other. So like for me, I'm moving the blanket a little bit because I want my right foot on the mat, on the sticky mat, not on the blanket so I don't slip. And left arm up, inhale, exhale, come across. So everyone's different in these, right? So for some, the lower leg might be straightened. And maybe you can thread. For some, this is it. Maybe you reach your left hand for your, what is that? My left heel. And some could also bind your arms together and breathe. Inhale, exhale. Come out, and we're going to come into, so it's to my right side of my body, I'm going to come into a side plank. So again, I would like my hand on a sticky mat so there's no slippage. You can always modify knee down or have your legs scissored or legs stacked and breathe. Arm coming up over ear, breath in. Exhale, who knows, maybe you can take the top leg up, maybe it goes up in the air. Lower, come down. And we have this whole second side. So maybe the blanket, it's not really working out for me, and I don't need to move it just yet. So left leg over the other. Yes, I will move it. It's driving me nuts. Okay. Left foot over the other. Right arm up into the air. Deep breath in, elbow across knee. Twist. Hand up. Look, all the variations. Right leg straightened. Lower knee bent. Hand in the air. Or reaching for your heel. Or binding using a strap or no strap. And breathe. Going to release and come to side plank. So again, you're going now, it might be that your left leg is supporting you, or the legs, feet side by side, or feet stacked. And notice your arms are in one long line. And maybe you can take like a tree, or the leg coming up and lowering and lower. Good work. And then just shaking it out. Good. So we have Doug Asana. Doug's ears perked up. What? Doug Asana. And so if you have 2 blocks, if not, well, we'll work differently, okay? So one is, let's say it's not Doug Asana and it's the, you're like, I don't know, I don't like the arches, they don't work for me. You could come into floating bridge. A block under your sacrum, extending, arms up overhead, I-90, here we are. If you find that's not working for you and you have a bolster, you could lie over the bolster. But here's Doug's. What do you do, Doug? Does he set them up? See, I can't even ask him. So you could, I think, okay. I think he goes like this. I think he goes like this. Boy, Doug, I wish. Okay. So goes over, and you could kind of lift your pelvis up and your head could come down. You could bring the lower block. I'm kind of making it my own now because I realize I don't remember how he does it. So the block is under my sacrum and the other block is wedged under my shoulder blades and my head comes down and my arms can come up. But the way he does it, he rocks a little bit. So we're not rocking. You could extend your legs so it should feel like your lower body's supported, your upper body, and your head's resting down and you're breathing. Inhale, exhale. And again, breath in, exhale. Of course, if you're really super open, you could take the lower one away so that what happens, my pelvis is down, the block might come up a little higher under my shoulder blades and my head comes down. So then it's more like fish pose. So the opposite, like let's say you need something else, you don't have the blocks, you could do fish pose. Breath in, exhale, and breath in, exhale. Let's start to come out. Bend your knees, roll to one side. Help yourself up. So just before Shavasana, I thought that it would be really nice just to be in downward facing dog, just like towards the end when you're really open. And let's just say as an alternative, if you're like, oh no, I'm not going there, I'm done. You could bring a strap to your legs and stretch both legs. That's another alternative, okay? Or you might say, yeah, I want to see what this is like right now, since we did it early on. So hands are spread wide. You're going to press back. It's been eons ago that we were here, or it feels like that, and it feels like there's a whole new body in this pose. The shoulders are really open. The mindset is perfect, very quiet. Your body is yielding. Wonderful to be able to yield to a pose. And then you'll come forward, and it depends on you. Maybe you'll do, like spider hands, the cobra on your belly where you're in spider hands, or sphinx, or upward facing dog. That's what I'm doing. We did it earlier, and how is it different? I hope you feel more elastic, more Gumby-ish. Breathe in. Exhale. Knees down. Press back, head down, and breathe. And then from here, we're going to lie on our backs, lying on your backs. As you lie on your backs, go for comfort. Make sure you're warm. Maybe your room is very warm. I don't know. I just feel like these days call for a little coziness. A little blanket, a little throw is nice. Go for comfort and breathe. Can't figure out how to put this on. There we go. Oh, it's so wonderful that, we're heading towards 8 months of being, pandemic times and going strong. And it's just, it's amazing how we have all had to be creative. We've all had to reinvent the way we reach out, the way we connect, the way we connect to each other, the way we work. the way we stay healthy. And I think we've done a stellar job. It's amazing. And our yoga practice is part of our wellness. It's one huge aspect of wellness. Today's session dedicated to quiet, to the quiet within and the wisdom of you, of all of us. The wisdom that we have, that we access. In the words of Deepak Chopra, inner silence promotes clarity of mind. Feel your clarity, clarity of mind. Inner silence makes us value our inner world. See how you occupy your inner world right now in Shavasana and how you value this inner world of quiet and calm. Inner silence trains us to go inside to the source of peace. Inner silence allows us to go inside to the source of inspiration. Begin to deepen your breathing, move your hands, move your feet. And as you feel ready, you roll to one side and make your way to sitting. And go ahead and unmute yourselves.